Hidden Object Guru here, joined by...
DM!
Woo!
Yay!
And we are here for some Earth Defense Force 6. That's right, I remembered which one it was.
Oh, were you going to say 2?
I was going to say 5.
Oh, okay.
And there's actually a reason for that. It's not out of nowhere. So the start of Earth Defense Force 6, it's the apocalypse, and you're fighting the last remaining primers, the last alien race that attacked Earth, who are just still on the planet. And then the trespassers show up and start terraforming the Earth with giant stuff in the sky, those things. And then you defeat their giant teleporting ring that they use to teleport things. And as you finish destroying it, you travel back in time to Earth Defense Force 5 and start replaying missions from Earth Defense Force 5.
Oh, okay.
With new weapons and new monsters in them.
Right.
And so I've now been playing 25 missions of Earth Defense Force 5, and I'm excited to see the next twist in the plot. Because we've basically been doing like a survey of the best missions of Earth Defense Force 5 with these new weapons and new monsters.
I know you don't know how to read Japanese.
There's an app on the phone.
Oh, okay.
No, you just hold your phone up, and I'll show you. When we unlock some weapons in this next mission, I'll show you how it happens. So what we're doing now is literally... So you see we're 30 missions into the game. So we're literally doing one of, like, the last 3 missions of the game, Earth Defense Force 5. 30, and that's mission, like, 106.
Uh-huh.
And so I don't know how many missions this game is going to have. But something new is about to happen, because we are currently in, the second last or third last mission of Earth Defense Force 5.
Okay.
This is right before hashtag Space God shows up, so there's a slight chance we might be seeing hashtag Space God.
Oh, alright. I'm excited to see Space God. Sorry.
Space God.
Hashtag
Space God. He's a pretty badass dude. That's all I'll say about hashtag Space God. Okay, as you can see, we've got a lot of monsters coming to kill us.
So, why did they throw in the previous game into the new game? Is it just too...
Well, the thing is, narratively, I think they actually want to do something... First off, it saves them a lot of money.
Oh, okay.
Like a huge amount of money, because this is literally the same map. Although they did something very cool where in the early levels of Earth Defense Force 6, you were adventuring in recognizably the same maps from Earth Defense Force 5, but they are post-apocalyptic versions of them where everything has been destroyed. So it's a really nice twist. Hey, Giant Spider, you seem like a cool dude who loves to have fun.
Have you seen Big Ass Spider?
I have not seen Big Ass Spider.
Movie.
Is it amazing?
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay. Big Ass Spider on my list. Okay. It's important to get a weapon that can kill these things with one shot. It's going to save you a lot of trouble later. Because, and this is a fun part about them, you see the dome there, that's the only part of them that's vulnerable. They only take 25% damage everywhere else. So at the end of Earth Defense Force 5, there's the thing that's like, you defeated the aliens and sent them away. Unfortunately, 90% of the Earth's population was killed.
Oh.
And you have just like... oh no! There's a Wasp Queen on this level? I forgot how hard this level was. Oh no, no Wasp Queen, just Red Wasps. Red Wasps do like triple damage. Everybody knows that about Wasps, right? Looks like it was a really good choice for me to bring an anti-aircraft tank along. Like, a cartoonishly good choice.
Yeah.
I didn't even know if this was going to be the right thing to bring, because this is the first time I'm doing this mission. Unless you count all of the times I did this mission in Defense Force 5. If I recall correctly, in the previous version, after these waves of bugs, they dropped... oh no! Oh, so, meet Suiciders. These are cyborgs with bombs for hands.
Oh my god.
Yep, and they will just run up to you and detonate the bombs. And as you can see, they look really freaky.
So, where do the bugs make the cyborgs?
No, the cyborgs make the bugs.
Oh.
Yes. The bugs are, what they did was to create shock troops that were, and these guys don't explode. They have, they can send out a giant shockwave that can just level everything, making them far deadlier. And the best way to kill them is to blow up their own bombs while they're on their hand. And now the Queen Ant has shown up.
So the bugs aren't invading Earth. It's
Yeah.
whoever made the bugs want to invade.
Yes.
Okay.
The bugs were sent to kill everybody so that they can just come and terraform an empty planet. And when the bugs don't work, because humanity fights back, well, then they start showing up with their vehicles and their weapons.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the narrative. Hey guys, I think we got all of the Suiciders, except for these two, but there's only 2 left, so...
There's 3.
Oh, thank you! I did not notice him. Unfortunately, Queen Ants have, like, way too many hit points. Oh no, there's toads and there's tadpoles on this level as well?
It's just a mess.
Well, it is one of the last levels in the game, so it's like of the previous game. So you understand why it is just a nightmare. But yes, those are tadpoles. You'll see why I call them in a minute. The difference between them and regular tadpoles is that these can fly.
Okay. Oh, they're also a lot bigger.
The size does help, yes. And they are, the size does help to differentiate them, yes. The thing that, so there are giant frog monsters,
What the hell?
and these are them in their tadpole version.
That thing that hiding behind the building?
No, the
that's
flying
a-
ones.
Okay.
This is a, so this is a cosmonaut. By all accounts, these are the actual race of aliens
Okay.
that are attacking. And the frogs they use as a slave race.
Technically, they're new species, not a race.
Sorry, well, I'm using H.P. Lovecraft technology. Terminology, which I really shouldn't for obvious reasons. But yes,
Yeah.
they use them as a slave species
Oh, speaking, you
to do their
you
work.
didn't notice my mug.
I didn't. Oh, it's the Cthulhu Starbucks!
Yeah.
I just thought it was a Starbucks
I know,
mug because they
everybody-
did such a good job with that. Oh, good. So these are, so they use the bugs to try and kill everybody in the hopes of taking over the planet. And then they show up. And this one has the bugs, so that's previous games in the series. That is way too many monsters.
That's a lot of monsters.
That's too many monsters, right?
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's always good to have a one of those automatic cannons. They help a lot. This is insane.
Are you supposed to be able to win this?
Oh yeah,
Okay. Not
it doesn't look like it, but we are supposed to.
Situation here where
There are actually missions in
from
the game where there's so many enemies, you just have to survive for like 5 minutes and then you get extracted. So yes,
Okay.
you are right that there are missions you're not supposed to win. This game has thought about stuff like that. So these are clawbots. I think it's obvious why I call them that. They shoot claws at people constantly. The one good thing about them is they walk in such a wonky fashion that they're not that fast. So I can beat a hasty retreat. And there was still a cosmonaut waiting for me. There you go, buddy. Oh no! Clawbots are catching up with me. Unfortunately, if you want to improve your character, you have to pick up the items that get dropped. That doesn't happen automatically, which
You
can be a big hassle.
drive over them. It looks like you're
You
just
can drive
driving
over them.
Okay.
Yeah. See the ring around the tank?
Yeah.
That is the ring in which, if any item gets in that ring, I pick it up.
Okay.
You don't have one of those as a human unless you're sprinting.
Right.
Okay, there is too many guys. And there's also larger clawbots that do not have claws, but instead, as you can see, shoot those. I only have 19 bullets left. And that's it. I'm out of bullets. I have to go back to just walking around in a second. First, I'm going to collect some of this stuff, so if I pass the level, I have something to... Oh, no! Show for it. I might not pass the level, as you can see. It's not going great. The one thing I have going for is there's a huge amount of health flying around. Those are the white boxes. And so if I can,
a
like...
whole bunch of ammo right here.
Oh, that's not ammo. Ow! Oh, wow.
Oh, does it say armor?
It's armor.
Okay.
Yes, that's if you get that armor, you can improve your overall armor in the. Oh my god!
Whoa!
Yeah, so this is what it's like when a lot of enemies show up. Must sprint faster. Health. Okay. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, it's over. So that went really badly.
Okay.
That's the kind of thing that can happen in this game. So we're going to try again.
All right.
But as you can see, we actually got, if you leave, You can see we actually got 9 weapons for losing, which is not great, but at least we got them. Unfortunately, whenever there's doubles, they just put them there, so it didn't look like 9 weapons.
It's a participation award?
Basically?
Nothing wrong with that.
No, it's fine. Nobody's complaining about the participation award. Alright. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen next in the plot. So, they made Earth Defense Force 3, which we think of as Earth Defense Force 2017. Right? It was interesting because it played in the same way like this one, where you were doing like a redo of the whole plot of Earth Defense Force 5. But then, you got like halfway through the game, or a third of the way through the game, and the new threat showed up, and that was the Earth Eaters. Called that because they built a fake sky above you of like these giant metal plates that create a fake sky to encase the Earth and start drilling into its lasers and eating all of the technology, eating all of the like energy down there, like eating minerals out of the Earth's core, and that's how they run their planet. It was an unbelievably awesome thing. Whereas so then we got to 5, which is new story. So 3 and 4 are a prequel and a sequel, right? So it's like a game and the one that comes after it in the story. 5 was a reboot, which once again they always have the giant insects, but entirely new sets of monsters. So entirely new, different sets of monsters, right? And 110 missions. So yes, bugs, but all the robots and aliens were new. Now we've got this one, which is a sequel to that one. And once again, just like how in Earth Defense Force 4, you basically replay the whole previous game. But you see, that time it wasn't narratively the same game, it was just level design, it was the same game. Whereas here, it is narratively, you're actually traveled to the past.
Okay.
Right? And so, basically, this might mean we're getting near the halfway point of the game. Although if we are, that means there are less than 110 missions, so it is a less robust game than the previous game, which would be a disappointment. But then again, 110 is a lot of missions to produce.
It seems like a lot to me, but...
Yeah, it is. It is a lot of missions to produce, so I would understand why they backed off.
There's your tank.
Yep. You have to get enough kill points by murdering aliens to unlock a tank, but then you have a tank.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. I've taken care of all the bugs, so I should be able to sniper rifle some of these, like, I love my tank, but it is actually better to, use a more accurate weapon against these guys, because... Okay, well, not that accurate, obviously. Because the damage you do to the, I know this is unrealistic, but the damage you do to the balls they carry, obviously, is more effective than any other shots. You want a more accurate rifle. And, because they don't want it to be overpowered, which I think is a mistake, the Gatling gun on that tank does a third as much damage as my assault rifle.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, the one downside, I mean, it's not a big problem. One downside in the series is that the tanks and stuff are never really powerful enough. Like, and the thing is, they have limited amounts they have limited ammo, and I don't have limited ammo. So you'd think the thing with limited ammo would do more damage?
Right.
It should be wrong. Uh-oh. Oh, I hate this guy so much. Ow! And then I gotta deal with the queen. Is that it for the suiciders? No, there's 3 left. Come on! Alright. Yeah. I do love the element in this game's plot that's like... so there's one class of soldier you can use. There's 4 classes of soldier. There's Ranger, which I'm playing now. Wing Diver, which are the ladies with lasers who fly around. Fencer, which is a guy in power armor, which is pretty badass. And of course, my beloved Air Raider, who is your support character, who uses, there we go. Oh, there's so many of them. Your support class who calls in airstrikes and summons vehicles. Other characters can also summon vehicles, but it's his specialty. And the fun thing about the game is, in the first part, it's the apocalypse. So there's nobody building vehicles. There's no drop ships. There's no satellites in orbit anymore. So the Air Raider can't do anything for the first 13 missions of the game.
Yeah.
He basically just has drones that fly around him and do some pretty good damage, but they're just drones. That's all he can use for the whole first third of the game. It's kind of a nice touch. Okay. Take that, you jerks. Okay, and oh right, it was the wave of Claw Boys. So these are the Claw Boys that killed me last time. I have another tank ready to go. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stash this tank here. And I'm going to lead them away from it, and I'm going to rush back to it after, you know, they overrun me.
Okay.
Will that work? Only time will tell.
Do you ever get to pilot one of those mechs?
Oh god, yeah.
Okay.
No, I can't. If I switch over to Air Raider, I will show you how easy it is to summon a mech. Yeah, there's this is a problem they've recently fixed in this game, because there was this historic problem in the game that you never had like an anti-aircraft vehicle. It's just like a vehicle whose job it was to just throw out a lot of machine gun fire constantly, which is really good for dealing not only with flying enemies, but just generic ants and some robots as well. And as you can see, the game has now added a couple of really good anti-aircraft things. Those are the anti-aircraft mechs, which I think were in like one mission of the previous game, and they were impossible to... You couldn't summon a strong version of them. Whereas they also have an anti-aircraft tank now, which is super useful. And that's the one you see me keep using. Hey guys! So, I want to lead them a little to the left away from my vehicle as well.
Is that a vending machine you just ran past?
Let me see.
That white thing?
Let's find out together.
It looks like a vending machine.
That is 100% a drink vending machine. Nice.
Get some refreshment.
Hey guys. Yeah, it's amazing that it has survived the apocalypse.
Yeah.
So the alien invasion.
Well, I mean...
Oh wow, we've got another vehicle?
This is a kind of apocalypse.
That is a kind of apocalypse, yes. And there's 100% at least one direct-to-video movie called Alien Apocalypse.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way there's not that, right?
Yeah, there definitely is.
Okay, so yeah. This isn't literally what they were describing, but it's figuratively what they were describing in that movie's title. Okay. So now I'm going to go pick up all of that stuff I dropped before we finish these guys off. I hope they have the final boss of the previous game in here. It would be very interesting for you to see it. It's quite an interesting bit of boss design. Okay. Oh, they finally destroyed all the mechs and they're coming for me. Little do they know that they are overmatched.
Are they?
Honestly, probably not. There we go. Come on. My sniper rifle shoots very slowly, but it is monstrously powerful.
Yeah.
Later in the game, so there are... and this is something they have changed that I'm a little sad about. So, whoa!
Wow.
That looked amazing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Didn't want to...
Oh, don't kill the tree.
That was an accident. Uh-oh. Come on! Die, 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 die! Oh, wow. He's taking a lot of punishment, isn't he?
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Very satisfying.
It really is. So there's one thing that they changed that I don't like is that there are 5 difficulty levels. And the kind of weapons you can get are 100% tied to the difficulty level you're on. So there's easy, normal... Oh, no, so there's normal... No, easy, normal, hard, hardest, inferno, right? And...
Inferno?
Inferno!
Oh, my God. Oh, there's someone on your left.
That's fine. I'm actually leaving them alive, so I have, the mission ends when you kill the last of the guys.
Yeah.
Unless there's another phase that I don't know about, which there could be. So I'm leaving them alive while I collect all this stuff, because if you kill them, you don't get a chance to collect all this stuff.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's just something you have to do if you want to advance in the game. And plus, my guys are shooting them now, and they might finish them off.
All right.
The guys are actually pretty effective.
Okay.
But anyway, so it used to be what you could do is, so let's say you were having a hard time at level 30. right? So let's say you're playing it hard, which is the middle difficulty, the exact middle difficulty, and it's what most people play the first time. You could go back to, like, level 15, turn on Inferno, and if you manage to beat it, you could get a way more powerful weapon than you had gotten even up to level 30 playing on hard. And so then you would go back to level 30 with a weapon you got from playing on Inferno, and you'd be like, I'm ready to go, and you beat that level. And it was fun. But ever since 5, they have locked away the hardest and Inferno difficulties until you beat the game on hard.
Oh.
I know, it's a little disappointing. It's not like a deal breaker or anything. It means you can't cheese your way through the game more easily. And I'm like, should you really be stopping me from cheesing my way through the game? Like, the game literally tells you if you're bringing in a weapon more powerful than the developers intended you to have on a level, and I'm like, dude, come on, just let me play the game.
Yeah.
I know you want it to be a certain level of challenge, but I paid money for the game, and it's my game now.
Yeah.
Maybe I play it however I want to play the game.
Yeah.
How about that? But yeah, all of the coolest weapons are locked away in Inferno. We haven't gotten Giant Unloader Barga yet. We haven't had to fight a kaiju yet. There are kaiju in the game. We've seen them hanging out. They did. So whenever Godzilla first appears in the game, he does this level where he just charges through the level and wrecks. Oh yeah, there's another phase. Of course there's another phase. Oh no!
What are these?
Spawners. Yep, they spawn new enemies.
Oh.
They're called teleport spears for obvious reasons. There's a new version of them in this game. Oh no!
What's
Sun's
happening?
going down.
Uh-oh. What does that mean?
Well, I don't know what it means.
Oh.
It's Japanese. Let's bring the app up.
You have your phone ready for this.
Yeah, I really should have, shouldn't I? Well, I didn't know they were going to fade out on the mission. Alright. The Mothership 10. Oh!
Mission cleared.
Oh yeah, we defeated that mission.
Okay.
Mothership 10 something, something, something. I have no idea what it said. I'm not going to pretend I did. But we got new stuff. So red means it's a ranger weapon. You can actually get weapons for all of the characters in the game, but it's always you're way more likely to get a weapon from the character you used.
Okay.
All right. Ooh, we have upgraded my sniper rifle. It is now an S+ class. It's got longer range, does 150 damage a shot, which is decent, but not great. 2 shots per second, which is great, so that's good. That literally says Sniper Raifuru. Raifuri. So yeah, it's all spelled phonetically in English, the weapon names.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what the Oh, we're back in the apocalypse? What kind of insane time loop is this? So, and as you can see now, the KG6, I can't use that anymore because we're in the apocalypse, meaning there's nobody to send me a vehicle. So, all of my vehicles are suddenly turned off.
Oh, no.
Except one. And I'm very excited by which one they're letting me have.
Okay.
So you'll see why I'm so happy about it.
Okay.
Yeah, this game just gets crazier and crazier. Because as you can see, like, we ended up in the future again, and I have no idea how or why that happened. Alright. Hard difficulty. The future.
The future or the present?
Why, no, I mean, this is his future outfit. This is the first level of the game again. This is the first thing that happened in the first level.
Of number 6.
Of number 6 of this game.
So his present.
Yeah.
Not the future.
Exactly.
You need to be very clear with your words.
Oh my god, I think they realize... I think maybe this time they realize what happened, and so they realize they're trapped in a time loop?
Uh-huh.
And so they're gonna have to, like, figure out how to get out of it? It's funny that, we're playing it in Japanese first.
Guessing because
but I mean, they have that whole thing about how they destroyed Mothership 10 again. That was the first line. Mothership 10 was the Space God's private ship, and they had to destroy it to destroy Space God in the last game. Hashtag Space God, right? And the thing is, it said, Mothership 10 was destroyed again, and then the last line was 3 years later. And this is all set 3 years after Earth Defense Force 5. So it does seem that, like, even though he traveled to the past and new monsters were there, basically the same thing happened. The whole world got killed again, and now you're back in the present again.
How or why did you travel to the past?
We destroyed a giant space ring, and we accidentally traveled to the past.
Okay.
We were not, like, choosing to go to the past. Alright. Let's see if we can get any of this. You've been on the front line all this time. How were you safe? Nope. I'm gonna have to, like, freeze frame these later. Oh!
What's he saying?
He was saying that he ran away and hid the past 3 years.
This guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas I, Ranger 1, have been fighting. Oh no! He tried hiding this time around in the loop, but his wife died anyway, and so now he doesn't know what the hell he's supposed to do. Like, do these guys all know, or is it just Storm Team that knows?
So
that
is
they're in a
this game
time
actually
loop?
available in English, or no?
No.
Okay.
It's not going to be in English for another, like, year and a half.
Okay.
I just never wait with Earth Defense Force games. He's given the same speech he gave last time, that base 25 is like one of the... 251 is one of the last bases on Earth. You know, we don't have any weapons. Oh no! Last time this didn't happen. We didn't get attacked during our training last time. He's giving a speech about it. It's like, all you new recruits are going to have to learn to fight immediately because we don't have enough men, and the threat is real.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Tomorrow War situation.
Pretty much. Except it seems only the members of Storm Team who were there when the ring exploded actually know they're caught in a time loop. I love this base. It just looks great. Yeah. Large underground human bases were a big innovation of Part 5, and I'm glad they have kept it going. Bugs?
It's a big base. Oh, robot.
Yeah, it has to be big enough for tanks and whatnot. There was a
Robots.
wonderful... robots, too.
I mean, that's a risk you run.
Yeah. Big enough for tanks, big enough for a robot. But it's funny. There was this whole wonderful series of missions where you had to go to unlock Giant Unloader Barga in the previous one, which is the robot that you can get in the game. It has, you know, it's this giant walking robot that was designed to, like, pick up freight containers, and you use it to walk around and punch Godzillas.
Okay.
It's kind of amazing.
So, like the loader from Alien?
Yeah, except, you know, 120 feet tall.
Okay.
Yeah. But that is definitely, like, the visual they're using. And referencing. Oh, wait. They want me to go back to the team rather than run off and kill everybody, which I get. Wait for your commanding officer, I understand. There's frequently cave missions in Earth Defense Force games, but that hasn't been a thing this time. Yet. Oh, no!
That doesn't look good.
Yeah, that's where the aliens bored into our base. These will generally pop up during the game, and like they'll be function as spawners for insects, but there haven't been any in the game yet, so
Okay.
this might be the mission that introduces that concept. It's possible sniper rifle was a bad choice for this mission, because I doubt we're going to be long-ranging any enemies.
You need more of a spray and pray type guy.
Yeah, well, I would have gotten a rocket launcher. I would have gotten a rocket launcher had I known what we were getting into, but I didn't read the description, so I had no idea what I was getting into. But yeah, so we went to the past, and it didn't work out. We weren't able... No, wait, don't run off on your own. Wait for Team Storm. And my character. Gah!
Ah!
Oh my god, that's so many of them! Oh my god, there's so... Oh, you can shoot their claws out of the air, in case that wasn't clear.
Okay.
Yeah, you can deflect their claws with bullets. So as long as you say, you have an incredibly fast-firing spray and pray weapon at the front, these guys are not actually that much of a threat.
Right.
They just look freaky.
They do look weird.
Yeah. And as you can see, that metal is a thin layer covering a green brain.
Yep.
So they are horrible monsters with giant monster brains. And all they can think to do is become suicide bombers and throw claws at people. Your auto guns will always fire straight at the closest enemy, even if they're on the other side of a wall.
Oh.
They are not smart or movement-based. They have these bio radars that let them know where the enemies are. Oh wait, can I get a vehicle? Check it.
You're not good at driving that.
I'm not great at it now. This is really only designed for fighting insects. But it does a great job of getting you away from enemies quickly.
Yeah, I see that.
Woohoo! Down goes Fraser. And 2, 3, 4. Okay. We're doing fine. Leaving my entire team behind might not have been the best choice.
No.
But they were securing that door while we were supposed to try and go get that door open.
Uh-huh.
So I've just got the one other guy with me. So it is what's supposed to be happening here. It just doesn't seem fair to us that we're off on our own. Okay. One-on-one, these guys are basically not even a threat. So I had to, what do you call it? I've had to, describe this, because there's no other game series except for Serious Sam like the Earth Defense Force series. And the thing that separates them out from all other action games is, so there's muso games where you play as a hero, and there's a giant amount of enemies around and you're fighting just hordes of enemies. But this doesn't count as a muso, because the difference between this and a muso is the hordes of enemies in muso you can just dispatch quite easily, and it's only bosses you have to worry about. Whereas in an Earth Defense Force game, or indeed a Serious Sam game, any individual enemy could potentially take you out.
Right.
And so it is not about a hero who can just cut a swath through enemies. It is about a fragile human against an overwhelming horde, but then you have ridiculously powerful weapons on your side.
Yeah.
So that's what separates epic action from muso action. And this is one of the only two epic action franchises there is, this and Serious Sam. And you want to hear the really weird coincidence? Both are about organizations named the Earth Defense Force.
Huh.
In what I can only assume is a complete coincidence. Or the earliest Earth Defense Force games were an inspiration for Serious Sam. Which is possible. I don't know. They were only released in Japan, and I don't know what the developer of Serious Sam used to play.
Uh-huh.
But it is possible that this is one of the inspirations. Or just Godzilla movies generally, because Earth Defense Force was also a translation of something for a Godzilla movie, which is why it has appeared in this. And the costumes and weapons that they use are all based on the Earth Defense, how the Earth Defense Force was depicted in a Godzilla movie from the 90s.
Oh.
Thus suggesting that, the whole Earth Defense Force series was originally started as a Godzilla tie-in, and then they couldn't get the rights and they put the game out anyway.
Because to me, EDF just sounds a lot like IDF.
It does. I doubt that that's what they were going for, but it is possible.
Yeah.
And you got to remember that in it's more likely a reference to SDF, which is in Japan. They're not allowed to have an army, only a self-defense force.
Okay.
So yes, in the same way that Israel has its Israel Defense Force, but it is more likely named after the SDF that Japan actually has.
Okay. Well, that probably makes more sense.
Maybe after Israel's army, yeah, that's a little more sense. I would suggest. All right,
But
so we've
I
cleared
know
out
nothing
Gal.
about either,
No,
but I
there's
know
no
more
reason.
about the IDF than I would know about the SDF.
Exactly.
So,
SDF, of course, is the force that was in Macross. So we've cleared out all the enemies down here, but we couldn't find a way to open the door. But I mean, you know, we're not technicians, we're soldiers. It's fine.
How hard is it to open a door?
Well, do you see the door? If you have any solutions, please tell me.
There's no button to open it?
No, there's no open button.
Seems like there should be.
Well, no, there's been a power failure inside the base.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, various things aren't working. Uh-oh. Yep, they're tunneling in. Thank God it's not the Suiciders. This would have been a bad place to be ambushed by Suiciders.
Yeah.
Just coming out of the door right next to you. But they're all dead now. And we got a new weapon. And a nice touch when guys, see how the health bars over their heads? When guys are on your team, they have health bars over their heads. They will basically follow you, and whenever you pick up a health item, it heals them as well.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's a nice touch. Okay. Yeah, the one really good thing about the bike is it moves fast enough that it can be hard for them to hit you, and it's faster than basically any enemy in the game. So in the giant maps, you can use it to put a lot of distance between you and the enemies when you need to, like, regroup and figure out a strategy for attacking, 40 of these things at once.
Yeah.
You can, like, kite them away from health and then, like, loop around the whole map and go get the health and then continue fighting them. Which, I mean, it may seem a very cheap way to fight, and I guess it is, but it works. And I think at the end of the day, all that matters is who takes the W.
Is it not possible to plug the hole they're coming in through?
No, we would need like a huge amount of concrete and technicians, or we could just collapse the tunnels, but if we collapse the tunnels, we lose the base. So. As you can see, this was originally built for a much more... Oh, Suicider! Oh no, it's not. It's worse. It's not Suicider, it's Thunderclap. Oh, I hate him so much. Come on. Yes! Yeah, oh, I should have mentioned the things that fall off their arms also detonate, and you can use them against other enemies.
Okay.
You can, like, shoot them into other enemies. That damaged but did not kill them. It's a really nice touch, so... Keep the F away from the Suiciders under any circumstance.
Got it.
There is never a reason to get anywhere near these, and that's what happens if you get near them.
Right.
Hopefully my guys can get healed up by this stuff, because... Oof! Small health kits give you 15% health back. Big ones give you 30% health back. Careful. Whoa! I didn't think I was too close to him. I was wrong. Yeah, I see you, buddy. Oh my god. That was nasty, right?
I think I missed it.
I meant by you getting blown back 20 feet by that guy's death.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't worry, I meant the thing you saw. I wasn't trying to ambush you.
Like, some time had passed when you asked
That's
about
true.
it, so I thought maybe something happened on screen.
No.
I just wasn't paying attention.
You had glanced away. Totally normal. Completely acceptable. No one will judge you. Alright. 5 more dudes. Given that there's only 5 of them... Oh, good. I thought they would be more powerful because there was only 5 of them, but no. So, one thing that hasn't appeared in this game yet, and I actually kind of find it weird, even in the... Like, I understand it in the present-day missions, not the flashback missions. Boom! Nice. Okay, now we're being hoarded by... being attacked by a horde of something.
Yeah.
So that's not good. Oh, it's just robots. Okay. I was worried it was ants. I know it's weird to be more scared of ants than robots, but trust me. The ants are bad news. Okay, I'm gonna just drop some of these. You can also bring things like landmines with you.
Okay.
Which does a good amount of damage. Yeah, a rocket launcher would have been a very good choice for this mission. Oh my god, look at the sheer volume of these
It's a lot.
So, one thing that's interesting about this game is they elected to, and I know this is going to sound like it wasn't their choice, or maybe they're incompetent, or like or like this doesn't even seem like a compliment, I'm going to say. They chose not to improve the graphics between PlayStation 4 and 5, or between Earth Defense Force 5 and Earth Defense Force 6. The
These
graphics
look
in this
pretty
game.
good.
And it's basically how it looks. There's a couple of nicer textures on, like, the soldiers.
Yeah.
But this is basically exactly what the previous game in the series looked like. You may ask why. It's 5 years later. Why wouldn't they improve the graphics? And the answer is, every bit of processing power is going to make sure this plays smoothly. You see how bits fly off everywhere every time something dies?
Yeah.
When you had giant hordes of enemies in the previous game, that would cause slowdown.
Right.
And you'd get frame rate dips, and it would look weird. And they're like, for this game, we don't care about graphics, we don't care about looking like a next generation game, blah blah. All we care about is getting the tech right.
Mm-hmm.
So we're finally giving people a completely smooth experience that we've never been able to give them before.
Yeah.
And so it plays better. Even though it doesn't look better, it plays better than any Earth Defense Force game has ever played.
Okay.
And I understand why that's where they spent the money, and I think it was the right choice. Boom. Because they've got an Earth Defense Force game that actually does look awesome and new in next generation. That's Earth Defense Iron Rain.
Iron Rain?
Iron Rain! If only it had been Chubby Rain.
Oh,
No.
Chubby Rain!
Chubby Rain. But yeah, if only that rain had been chubby, we would have been fine. But yes, Iron Rain. It looks like a modern game, whereas this one obviously does not. If you don't know what we're talking about, there's this movie called Bowfinger
It's so
that
great.
everybody needs to watch. And I'll just leave it at that.
Someone stole my copy.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Bowfinger's so
I
good.
know.
My missile launcher now does 611 points of damage. And it only takes 3 seconds to reload. So that's something I could, that would have been much better to have in this mission. That I ended up bringing. Alright. And we've got a new vehicle for the air raider. What kind of vehicle is it? It's a helicopter. Nice. I'm, bad at... I think it's a helicopter, or that might be in the background. I'm bad at flying helicopters, just FYI. Real bad. Like, shockingly. No, the helicopter was down there, so yeah, that wasn't what I was looking at. Alright, so let's see what we've got. Let's see if we can get any idea what the next level is. I'm going to crack down on illegal profiteers. It's hard to write the word trespasser in Japan.
Okay.
Japanese. You're going to track down on all the protect public order in the city. That's the job. So yes, I will show you a rocket launcher this time. They are beautiful. That's the wrong thing. So this is the M33 rocket launcher. You will understand when you see. Alright. And for vehicles, well, I can't have any because... yeah, it was a new helicopter. As you can see, I'm not allowed to have one because there are no vehicles. This is the nightmare future.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Uh-oh. Alright, so... 39. That's right, I'm uploading my entire playthrough of this. Because unfortunately... all sorts of people, love it, but they're not going to be able to get it because they can't afford to import it from Japan or get a PlayStation, or they don't want to get a Japanese PlayStation account or things like that.
Yeah.
Whereas I will go to any lengths to get my new Earth Defense Force game. And I only have to do it once every 5 years. So this was the original mission 2, because the first mission was down in the training area, and then you come out and you see the city and you fight some frauds, and that was mission 2. But now it's a very different mission 2, because there are robots everywhere. As you can see, the motorcycle would not be particularly useful out here.
No, not at all.
No. But I do have this time.
Boom.
I know, right? Isn't it gorgeous? 600 points of damage with every shot. I mean, you have to hit.
It helps.
It does help if you hit. I'm not going to deny that. Boom! And as you can see by the damage totals, there's a damage total under your weapon every time you shoot, if you'll notice. So if I hit 2 guys at once, so that was 4 guys at once, because I did it does 611 with every shot. So if it's higher than that, well, then more than one guy took 611 points of damage. In this case, 1833, well, then 3 guys got hit. See? It is monstrously effective whenever enemies group together. That is an unbelievably good weapon. You want sniper rifles for flying enemies, because you want something that you're guaranteed to hit them with, and you want to put them down as quickly as possible, because they can become huge nuisances really quickly.
Yeah.
Whereas anytime there's a swarm of enemies, you want grenade launchers and rocket launchers. You want something that is going to do a lot of damage to as many things at once.
Right.
And of course, the assault rifle is a good backup for every situation.
Of course.
Okay. And I've got my my Zur gun. The best weapon in the game, generally, for the Ranger is having a Zexer gun, which is the highest possible level auto turret, because it's like having 2 other characters on your side. Sometimes 3. Sometimes they will give you 3 or even 4 of them. I just got an upgraded flamethrower turret, which I should probably try out at some point, but, you know, I just love having the machine gun turret so much because it has a huge range on it. And we got suicide bots. See?
Oh, yeah.
Look at the crazy draw distance in this game. You can see stuff that's like half a kilometer away. Yeah, and there's really no upper limit on the range of a rocket launcher. There's a range at which it's not accurate, but it will fire in a straight line until it hits something.
Huh.
No matter what. Like,
That's
you can't... Yeah. It's much more realistic. Boom! Oh, these guys have got to go! It's okay, buddy. Get that as far... Oh, no! He's doing it! That's how they detonate. They raise them over their heads and then...
Oh, and they turn red like that?
Yeah, they turn red and then they blow up. Yep. Ooh, and then, of course, it has a bigger explosion than if I detonate them. Yep. Oh, that's bad. I got him. Well, that was insane. And that's this whole game. That kind of vibe. Just everything exploding everywhere all the time. That is an Earth Defense Force game, in case you're wondering. A world where everything is just constantly exploding. I think you see why I love that. Imagine a world crafted entirely of explosions. That world, Earth Defense Force. No, it's the best stuff. Okay. Damn right, Hepcat. More androids. They keep calling them androids, but they obviously have human brain... Not human, sorry. They obviously have living brains in there, making them cyborgs. Also, they don't look like humans, so you shouldn't call them androids. Because, like, android literally means robot that looks like a man. That's what the word means. But, it's not like they're that careful about titling things. I love the wonky way they climb buildings. I think it is such a great bit of design. Alright, let's get my, deploy the guns. Hey, buddy. Oof! Apparently they managed to successfully flank me. Luckily there was only one of them. Whoa! See, yeah. They can do their bomb attack over and over and over again. And it does like 300 points of damage if it hits you, and it throws you across the map. Like, it is a brutal thing to see in action. Okay. The upgrade, the reason the flamethrower is so effective is it can hit, unlike the machine gun, it can hit more than one enemy at once. So, but it's only really good for, like, guys who tightly swarm together, because the flamethrower's flame is super short range.
Okay.
Whereas these are good for, like, both swarms of enemies and for bosses and for especially flying enemies. Sometimes you can get an anti-aircraft turret, which will be homing missiles, but I haven't seen one of those in the game yet, so I don't know if they're in here. They have been showing footage of this game for, like, a full year, so some people know all about what's in it, but I, like, very carefully watched zero footage of it.
Yeah.
So I had no one knew about the time travel aspect and the time loop and the way that we were going to be seeing old enemies, but I had, yeah. it has all been a complete surprise for me. And it's kind of amazing. So can we destroy the ring again? Can we create another time loop? I hope, but you know. I have no way of knowing for sure. There's seriously... And this is not so much a downside of the game, but it can be frustrating when it's like, there's a single guy left to finish... that you have to kill to finish the mission. Well, yeah, but... You know... Can my guys not get that for me?
Guess not.
No? Okay, well. You need Storm 1, the hero that defeated hashtag Space God, to go and take out one android. But yeah, it's literally just a patrol mission. See, in the last time we were here doing this patrol mission, there were no androids. It was literally just frogs. The androids hadn't announced themselves yet, suggesting that, like, the androids are from another time or dimension or something. And that's why they're able to, like, start inserting themselves in places they weren't originally. So even though we destroyed Mothership 10 and killed hashtag Space God, presumably the last 3 years have had us deal with continuing annoyances by the androids and the new trespasser aliens. It's actually a nice touch that the frogs you fight in the main game, 5, like, they have decent weapons, they have cool power armor they can wear, but in the post-apocalypse, the first 13 missions of the game, when you run into frogs, they're like, they all have these makeshift shotguns that aren't very good, and they're all wearing armor that is made up of pieces of corrugated metal that they have strapped to their chests. So it's like, it's 3 years later and even they are out of supplies too.
Yeah.
We are 2 defeated armies. What the hell is that?
What is that? Jesus.
What?
Holy crap.
I think we met the King Android.
King Droid?
I guess.
Wow.
Okay, one good part. Its attacks can't destroy buildings.
Shit, that thing is huge.
That thing is enormous.
How is it not super duper top heavy?
Well, fun fact
over?
about... You would... Ah!
Oh!
Oh, no!
What?
So, one fun thing about this, it's part of the narrative, essentially, that the alien tech uses, like, unbelievably, monstrously strong metal, but because it's so strong, all of their... Whoa!
Wow.
Was that it? Was that it? Is he dead? He's dead.
I think so.
That was insane.
That was nuts.
All of their technology is super light.
Okay.
Because they use such a tiny amount of ultra-strong metal. And as a result, like, any kinetic impact from your bullets, like, knocks things around. Like, see how they get knocked around by my bullets?
Yeah.
That's because that whole thing only weighs, like, 300 pounds. Or 500 pounds. Like, these aren't heavy. And their spaceships get knocked around more than anything, because, again, they're so light. Yeah, it's an interesting part of the game's lore. All of these things are made from super light, super strong metal. Including their giant robots. I assume that makes them easier to transport. And build if there's actually very little material. Okay. Oh, everybody's super low on health. Understandably. So your sidekicks can get killed, but if a mission has multiple phases, at the end of each phase, the sidekicks that were killed will come back to life.
Oh, there's another one.
Yep. But he's very far away, which should make his shots easy to dodge and gives me time to, like, really hammer him. Hey, check it out! I do, 30% bonus damage. No, 50% bonus damage. Because I'm hitting him in the weak part.
Okay.
That's nice. What? And then I missed twice. There we go. Yeah, instead of doing 611, I'm doing 916. Okay, 100% worth it to aim at this guy's head. Alright, here we go. Boom. Come on. If only we had been counting, we would have some slight idea of how much health he had left.
Oh,
whoa! It looks magnificent when those things die. Oh my god. So, I just found, speaking of, well, it's not really speaking of, but it reminded me of something. So, you know, George Carlin was taping a comedy special, and he had a couple of nights of it. You know, because how you do you tape a couple of versions of your comedy special and you edit together the best performing one for HBO.
Yeah.
He was filming it on like September 10th and 11th of 2001.
Oh no.
And do you know what that special was called?
What?
I kind of like it. I kind of find it funny when a lot of people die.
Oh shit.
So yeah, no one's ever seen that special.
Oh, that's not surprising.
He threw it away the minute 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
And he did a later special with like half of the material, but all of his stuff about like earthquakes in there and how weird it is to watch and feel disconnected from it from the other side of the world, which is what that was about. All of that got cut, quite obviously.
Understandable.
So now, I hope you have some sense of why I'm so obsessed with this game franchise. Like, there's nothing like this.
Uh-huh.
It is so bizarre. Let me just quickly show you what an air raider looks like.
Okay.
Of course, I won't do it on this mission because, you know, he won't be able to summon anything. And summoning is the entire point of an air raider. Okay. So, you go to air raider. Alright, and you swap out his weapons. I've got some good ones. Oh, well, you switch missions, so you can, like... Oh, wait, I'll just grab the equipment and then switch mission. What am I saying? Okay. So you can bring whatever weapon along with you. It's just, it won't, you know, work.
Uh-huh.
Because you're in the present. Okay, so those are Olympic guns. Alright. Where are my auto cannons? Okay, so you can bring... let's try this one. So you're allowed to bring 3 different kinds of air support strikes. Oh, I've already got that one equipped. Duh. You can bring in 3 different types of air support. 1 vehicle. I'm trying to find a mech. Oh, this is my shoulder cannons, and this will be my mech. Is that the mech, or is this the mech? Does it have 4 weapons? 4 weapons generally means it's a mech. So let's bring a robot. And I'll just show you what an air raider... Of course, again, it has to be an air raider mission. Where there's actually, like, dudes to kill.
Yeah.
Let's see. That one looks good. Oh, wait, I can check my list. I made a list of the different enemies and different missions. Okay. So here's my Olympic gun.
Mm-hmm.
So it's attached to a 150 millimeter cannon. So here's what happens if you shoot. Well,
Why so many rolls? What's with all the commando rolls?
it moves you faster.
Okay, really?
Yeah. See how much faster it is than running. I know, it's one of the weird things. If you watch any high-level play of this game, you know, guys who are actually, like, great at it, whereas I'm just playing it, you will always see guys, like, just rolling nonstop. It looks very weird.
It just looks silly.
See, boom! So there's a gunship, and it has a 150 millimeter cannon on it.
Uh-huh.
So anytime you shoot an enemy with the limpet,
Yeah.
a bullet just comes out of the sky and hits them.
Awesome.
It looks great. Then it has to reload for 30 seconds, and I switch over to this, which is some dudes who do strafing runs. So it's a set of drones that hover around me and then do strafing runs. Just absolutely trash anything underneath them in a row.
Right.
And then I got this, and I have no idea what this is. Because again, I did not look at the description. Okay, let's find out what it does. That looks pretty impressive.
You can't really tell what's going on.
That's where something's going to hit.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's red.
Oh!
Yep, mortar
Nice.
strike. Call it an artillery strike. Yes, please. Yeah, it's pretty great. Eventually you will unlock, this is true, lasers. Like lasers from space.
Amazing.
that just absolutely trash everything. And you'll have like a laser pointer, and you will aim it, and whatever it's aiming at, this laser will hover over.
Yeah.
So you have to keep it aimed at the bosses. It's such a nice touch. Okay, we're about to get another wave of spiders.
Are they coming out of that thing?
Yep. And unfortunately, the problem is, like, because they're being dropped in a row, it's not really easy to set up a mortar to hit them all.
Right.
And you actually have to, like, dial in and learn how long it takes the mortar to strike. So it's like, when a horde's coming, you have to know exactly how far ahead of yourself, between you and the horde, you have to put the things in order to make sure they kill them. Like, there's a lot of work that goes into playing as the Air Raider, but it's also one of the best, most powerful class. Well, no, it is the most powerful class in the entire game.
Yeah.
Just you have to spend a lot of time figuring out the intricacies of how it works. As you can see, the strafing run respawns almost immediately. It's an unbelievably useful skill to have. Like, the minute it stops strafing, it's like 3 seconds, and then you're back in action. Alright, I got my grenade again. Hey guys, why don't you follow me? Why don't I carefully walk out of the area that's about to get airstriked? Airstruck? I guess it's actually a howitzer, but still. Boom! No slowdown of any kind.
I know, it looks amazing.
Yeah. Boop! Yeah, this character is monstrously powerful once you're actually in the game. The one downside is they're shielded enemies where they have shields from any attack from above. So is this guy, literally you can't hurt them unless you bring along a limpet gun. So it's like you actually have to bring along a limpet gun for those situations. Which sucks, because, they're forcing you to play it a certain way. But people mostly think of Air Raider as a support class for multiplayer. But as you can see, like, he can do a lot of damage all on his own.
Yeah.
He can do a huge amount of damage. There's just, like, in every game, there's, like, a handful of missions that he really just can't do on his own. Unless you have an unbelievably specific build that isn't very good, except for that one situation, so it's a whole thing. Alright, here they come. Okay, I was a little too short there. Oh, dang!
Get out of there.
I'm getting out of there. I wish my sidekicks would come out of there, too. Oh, damn! I mean, I got hit a lot, but that looked gorgeous. I'm bringing my defensive... you have a defensive drone that just hovers around you and shoots anything that gets close. But it takes a while to reload. And it only has 100 and some bullets. If I were the Ranger, I would be sprinting away from this, but only the Ranger can sprint. The Air Raider is the only guy who doesn't, and this is his other restriction, he's the only guy who doesn't have, like, a specific way to move quickly through the level.
Yeah.
Like, the flying ladies can fly. I've got the sprint and the power dive roll as the Ranger, and the Fencer, which is power armor, which is like mini power armor, has the ability to basically, like, dash and leap across the map in an incredibly satisfying way. Is my mech here? My mech's here. I just have to live long enough to get into it. Here, Mr. Mac. Yep, there it is. Kablamo! Flamethrower. Minigun. Shotgun. Shotgun. This is the stuff. I mean, I got it after we've already killed everything, so I'm not really going to be able to show it off, but yeah. This is just the all-rounder that's pretty much good against everything. It's got machine guns for anti-aircraft. It's got monstrously powerful shotgun, or as they call it, is it barrel shot? Is that what they call it? Where it's a giant canister of just scrap it shoots at people. And then, of course, it's... so yeah, close range, mid-range, long range. It's good at everything. It doesn't have much ammo, but it is unbelievably powerful if on a level where you're fighting, like, a mixed group of enemies. Like, if you know there's going to be some giant robots, there's going to be some other hideous monsters, this is the perfect thing to bring along. Mission cleared. Damn right.
I like the death from above.
Isn't that thing fantastic?
That one's good.
Yeah. Hey, got a bunch of new weapons.
Okay.
None of them very powerful, but who cares? Okay. Alright, so, this has been Earth Defense Force 6. In many ways, the best Earth Defense Force game ever. Which, given my feelings about the Earth Defense franchise, might actually make it the best video game ever made.
Whoa.
Shocking, right?
Bold claim.
I know. Well, okay, it might be a little extravagant to say that. But as you can see, so that yellow means, you're playing with, weapons that are a little too powerful for this level, don't you think?
No.
No, I don't think that. Thank you for asking, no. Oh my god. But anyway, so yeah. Earth Defense Force, as you can see, is magnificent beyond all measure. There is nothing so delightful as the world of Earth Defense Force 6. We're going to wrap it up here. Thanks, everybody, for dropping by. Stay tuned to the channel for more Earth Defense Force 6, which is perfect and which I love to the utmost. See you back here for that, but until then, au revoir.